Here we are at Ferry, the heart of Chinatown. Now, iGenius used to be a hockey box. Whoa, I tripped over there. So, if you're just tuning in, it's a Sunday. Guessing somewhere around 2:30ish. Trying to catch a 3 o'clock ferry. We're right in Chinatown. So I think I'll be able to make the ferry at 3. It's actually free on weekends, the ferry. It's a nice structure. Shaki. New York effing city, that's for sure. Chicken bags. Someone doesn't know how to park. There's an old church. Been here. Transfiguration. Church at the Transfiguration. Oh, it's in service. Sunday Mass. And there's people there, even during Corona times. Outdoor dining. That's the famous Flow House. All these outdoor dining sheds. If anything, probably increased capacity. Since they're probably, well, they're not that full inside. I guess a lot of people like to be outside too. Here we go. Now we got the light. Crazy corner. I have the light. This car's going to try and not yield. We're going down this street, St. James Place. I'm like diagonally going across town and south. Because Mott Street curves and then St. James Place kind of goes on a diagonal. Look at this old synagogue. I mean, not synagogue, the cemetery. The first cemetery of the Spanish and Portuguese synagogue. I said synagogue, and there's no synagogue where there's a cemetery. There probably was one at some time. That's wild. Cemetery, but I don't see the synagogue. So the synagogue is probably long gone, and Spanish and Portuguese. Huh, I never even noticed that right on St. James. They probably have burials there from like the 1700s or something. More like 1800s, but you know. It's a school. Looks like a church. Funeral home. The back of Rite Aid over there. Never went to that Rite Aid. I don't think. It's a weird place where the side you enter on, but it makes sense because you have all these residential towers blocked away. Right over to, right over here, residential. Checkers. It's funny how New York, Checkers, there's no drive windows in Manhattan. Maybe if you go up in Harlem, they might have. Oh, they got an A rating. Their burgers are okay. There's something about that chain screams weird. I don't know what it is. Hey. So right now we just left Chinatown. We're like on the outskirts near financial district. In the sea town supermarket. Supposedly there's a Starbucks across the street. I don't know if they're open anymore since pandemic. Looks like they are. Hello, Lisa. How are you? I'm walking to Ikea because they're giving me for my birthday an ice cream and a $10 coupon. I don't need any real furniture, but I might use the $10 for some sort of household item. I remember 2 years ago I went last because during the pandemic they didn't have a free way of getting there, and I already gave up the car. So this year I'm going to use the coupon for something. I'm doing all right. Nice skyscrapers. We got two golds, the Geary Building, Woolworth Building, and World Financial. I guess that's what we call it now. We don't call it Twin Towers. That's for damn sure. My birthday is October 31st, but as soon as I hit that month, October, I get that coupon. Um, yeah, Ikea, they have some weird stuff you can get for around $10. I remember 2 years ago, I got one of those chargers. It still works, those wireless chargers. I think it was around $15 or whatever, but then I had the coupon, so then it became like 5 or so. Don't quote me on the exact price, but it's for like $5 or $6 or whatever. It made sense. It's a real slow charger, but it does charge. I don't know. I might pick up another one of those, or I might look at to see what they have in terms of other silly household items. Well, actually, there was a cheaper charger, but I ended up getting their most, if not most expensive, closest to most expensive because it just looked nicer. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but also I think it had to be over $10. So it's a way of getting you in the store, but little do they know I'm not gonna be buying a bed or something. The other problem is IKEA is so far away from where I live. You definitely need a car if you're gonna get anything heavy. And then I live on the 7th floor, so then it's a hassle to lug furniture up the stairs. And since I'm in New York, I don't really have space. Yeah, I see you. This is a weird spot. So, very dangerous for pedestrians. They don't make it safe. It also would help if I didn't try and beat the light. So now we are approaching the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. There's also a hotel, I think, on this block that I stayed in once when my apartment wasn't ready yet. That's another story. Yeah. I was waiting for a C of O, certificate of occupancy, for a month between where I was living and where I was going to next. So I was going to all different hotels getting the cheapest rate. And this is a Hampton Inn. And what I like about Hampton Inns are they include the breakfast in the rate, which is nice. Even though it's whenever I stay at a Hampton Inn, I think of helping Paris Hilton. And then I think, why am I staying here? Yeah, let's go. You know, when I went to LA, I was told that it was illegal to jaywalk and you can get a ticket. I wasn't sure if that was true. In New York, I know they don't ticket you for jaywalking. Maybe one person in the last 20 years got a ticket for jaywalking in New York City, but if you know the rules on jaywalking in LA, I'd be curious. There's all these city bikes that nobody uses, and they're advertising for Go Puff, which is it's not an ad for smoking as much as you think it is. They have all these new delivery apps, and that's one of them for delivering food to your door in like 15 or 20 minutes. But they're not saying what happens if it takes longer than the 15 or 20 minutes. That's what I like. What? Oh, the breakfast? Yeah. When I stayed in LA, that was one of the requirements I had for the first hotel was it had to have breakfast included. At first I wanted parking included, but when I looked at the results there for that, it was like the only free parking was like by the airport, which seemed really boring. So so I gave up on that idea. I figured, okay, if you want free breakfast, that's enough of a filter. Just almost everywhere has parking for a fee, and then you looked how much the fee was. Some places wanted $50, others wanted 30 or 26, and you just go for which made sense. And I ended up staying at this beautiful Best Western. Um, Here we are at the South Street Seaport, by the way. Um, yeah, for Best Western, it was the nicest Best Western in LA. And Best Western generally isn't the nice. Generally isn't the nice hotel brand. It's like the economy kind of, but they have some really nice ones. Experience the times of Bill Cunningham. Huh, okay. Well, maybe another time I'll experience that. You have a Go Puff up there too. Yeah, I've never used them. What happens if they don't deliver your food in an expedited manner? Um, in the, I remember in the early 2000s, there was a company called Cosmo, Kozmo, that started in New York City and went all over the country. And they had a guarantee where we'll deliver your food in under an hour or it's free. Well, apparently they were giving out too many free deliveries, so they went under. There's iPick Theaters, supposedly a high-end theater chain that delivers food to where you sit. I don't know what they do now since the pandemic. Funny Face Bakery. Okay, that looks really appetizing. Family Jackson Books. Nice bookstore. What am I going to write my essay about? Supposedly, I think it's on Fridays in the month of October. You can come here to the South Street Seaport and visit the tall ship for free. I think there's a sign coming up explaining it. Visit the tall ship free. It doesn't really say the details, but I think it's on a Friday. Where food is free, really? I have no idea. Oh, that was on Cosmo. If Cosmo, it was, which is now defunct. They had to deliver your delivery, if it was food or movies or whatever, within that hour. And then if you didn't, then it was free. But they were giving out too many, I guess. So, oh, there's bathrooms here, public bathrooms. So now you know. South Street Seaport, South Street and John Street has public bathrooms. So yeah, you had to deliver it within the hour, but they gave away too much. The South Street Seaport Museum barge. I didn't know they had a barge as well. Nice. You can lounge out in the sun. That was kind of cool. They have a lounge, half lounge chair. City cruises. So we have to go to Pier 11. I hope I make it. No, I don't know what the deal is for Go Puff. That's what I want to know. What happens? We also have a place called 1530 Minute, and then we also have something that's called K something. I forget. Whenever I think of K, I think of the cereal Special K. Go K or K Go. I forget. But there's some sort of delivery with a K. The Wegmans. Yeah, because they have parking there. But they're building a Wegmans in like a year or two from now. That's going to be at Astor Place. But there's zero parking. I remember about a week or two ago, I was advertising a walk-up building for rent. And yeah, it's a walk-up building. And someone emails me if there's a parking garage in the building that they could use to park and view the apartment. I'm like, no, it's a walk-up building. There's no parking lot. Needless to say, they weren't interested after that. I think Pier 11 is where the old, the old water taxi used to park. Apparently they switched. It's no longer New York Water Taxi. Now it's New York Waterway. But it's free to go to Ikea on weekends. And that's one of them that left. That's 2:45, and the 3 o'clock is just got here. So, so yeah. Apparently, this is the last stop until it goes to Ikea. There used to be one that went. Um, used to go to Red Hook. They no longer go to Red Hook. It's a different character, different operator. But they also added a stop at 2 stops at. They took away Red Hook, but they added a Manhattan Midtown West stop and a Brookfield Place stop. So I had to loop all the way around Manhattan South to come to this stop, and then it goes to Ikea. So I figured this was the most time-saving one for me. Anyway, I gotta get going because I know I lose signal here, and I want to make sure this line is for the Ikea. So, so I'll talk to you all later. Yeah, exactly.